Good morning. I'm Carol Stanfill. I'll be the service associate today, and I'd like to welcome you to the Unitarian Universalist Church of Las Cruces. We welcome those who are in the sanctuary this morning. We welcome those who are here joining us online. I am Carol Stanfill, as I said. The name tag is always turned backwards, no matter which way I do it. I am, for those who are visually impaired or online, as of yesterday, I have circled the sun 77 times. Birthdays were so much more fun when I was 6. But now I am 77 and one day. I'm a senior woman, gray hair, always wear a hat and a dress usually, brown eyes, and my pronoun is she. I'd like to welcome everyone. If this is your first time here or your 100th time, you're part of this beloved community. Whoever you are, whomever you love, wherever you're from, whatever your life circumstance, your gender identity, sexual orientation, disability, documentation status, or spiritual path, you fit in here, you belong. Your story matters and your presence is a gift. If you are new or still finding your way, we'd love to connect. Online friends, say hello to Mike in the chat, and if you're here in person, feel free to get to know each other. Is this the time?
Yes.
I have too many papers here. To get to know each other by saying hello for just a few minutes. When it's time to stop saying hello, I will come back to the microphone. So greet your... Yeah.
Let's talk after church. Let's talk after church. God's a brand new one.
You'll do the invitation.
All right, all right, all right. I was at a meeting yesterday morning with well, I won't mention the committee. And after we were through, I said to one of my members, this is a typical Unitarian committee. It's like herding cats. Yes, I know. And one of the members is sitting there saying, no, it's not. No, it's not. Yes, it was, believe me. I'm Charlie Scholz. I'm a relatively tall and used to be quite skinny white guy. I'm 84 now, which is hard to believe, because I only feel 82, I have a little bit of hair left, and let's see, and I'm wearing blue today to match my shoes. And the shirt I'm wearing is called, no, never mind. Okay. These words are by Gordon McKeeman. We summon ourselves from the demands and delights of the daily round, from the dirty dishes and the unwaxed floors, from unmown grass and untrimmed bushes, from all the incompletenesses and yet not startednesses, from the unholy and the unresolved. We summon ourselves to attend to our vision of peace and justice, of cleanliness and health, of delight and devotion, of the lovely and the holy, of who we are and what we can do. We summon the power of tradition and the exhilaration of newness, the wisdom of the ages and the knowing of the very young. We summon beauty, eloquence, poetry, and music to be the bearers of our dreams. We would open our eyes, open our ears, open our minds, open our hearts to the amplest dimensions of life. We rejoice in manifold promises and possibilities.
Good morning, church. Good morning, Eric. I am Eric Ramirez. I serve as your music director. About me. Today I am wearing light blue and light khakis. I'm 5'9", I'm Puerto Rican, I'm a gay man, and I'm brown. I have black hair. And today I smell of aspen and cedar. Ooh. I'm going to read some names. Scout, Linda, Allison, Revali, Mary, Brooks, and Alex. Did I forget anyone? I did say Linda. I do want you all to know that you are seen and heard and loved in this congregation. When it comes to choosing music, I also like to make sure that you are seen and heard and loved. So for the opening hymn, and for the offertory, there are some words that I've written to the UUA that I have changed. I think it says sons and daughters, and I have changed it to be all of our children. So again, for the people that I have read and any that I didn't, you are seen, you are loved, and you are heard. Would you rise in body or spirit with me as we sing number 121, We'll Build a Land.
We'll build a land where we bind up the broken.
Within the UU Church, you'll notice that there are certain traditions that we have, and I enjoy that. If I travel somewhere and attend another UU church, they'll have a chalice lighting, and it just makes you feel comfortable, like you found your tribe again. We have the water communion, we have flower communion, several traditions with the UU Church. But as we light this chalice, I'll read the words of Christine Robinson. We gather this hour as people of faith, with joys and sorrows, gifts and needs. We light this beacon of hope, sign our quest for truth and meaning in celebration of the life we share together. Thank you, Charlie. As we read the affirmation of covenant, that's another tradition with the UU Church. We covenant with one another rather than having a doctrine. You may just sit down and read this with me. Love is the doctrine of this church. The quest for truth is our sacrament, and service is our prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge and freedom, to serve others in community, to the end that all souls shall grow into harmony with creation. Thus do we covenant with one another. Would you like to stand for the doxology? It's up to you. We have a children's time, and normally Kelly would do that for us. She's off today, so she asked me to read the story called The Rooster Who Learned to Crow. This is a story for all ages. That means all children under 105. There once was a farm in a valley that was practically perfect in every way, except it had no rooster to crow at the crack of dawn, so everyone was always late getting out of bed. The dog never woke up in time to fetch the newspaper for the farmer. The farmer never woke up in time to milk the cows before the sun rose. And the cows never woke up in time to eat the grass that was still wet with the morning dew. And that's when it's most tasty. Everyone was always late on that farm, and so everyone was always a bit cranky in the morning. And sometimes that crankiness lasted all day. Until one day, a chicken arrived at the farm. Everyone was excited because she had 4 little yellow balls of fluff, peeping and cheeping behind her. Pardon me, Mrs. Chicken, snuffled the pig, who was exceedingly polite. But would one of your chicks there happen to, that is, might it be a he? Why, yes, said Mrs. Chicken, and she pointed with the tip of her wing to the last chick in line. That's my son. A rooster chicken, squealed the youngest of the lambs, and all the other animals squealed or whinnied or quacked or oinked. We won't be late anymore. We'll have a rooster on the farm. But they didn't, not yet. They had to wait for the chicks to grow up, and grow they did, from little balls of fluff with legs to bigger yellow balls of fluff with legs. As the days passed, all the young chickens grew fine white feathers and bright yellow feet. And then finally, young Mr. Rooster Chicken began to grow long, swooping feathers on his tail. A tail, squealed the youngest of the lambs. Soon you'll be old enough to crow. You look very handsome today, young Mr. Rooster, snorted the pig, who was always exceedingly polite. A very fine-looking fowl, if I may say. "Thank you," said young Mr. Rooster with a bob of his head and a quiver of his coxcomb. But then he walked away, his long tail feathers drooping and his coxcomb down. "What's wrong?" asked his friend, the gray and white cat that lived in the barn. "Oh, nothing." "Something's wrong," said his other friend, the yellow duck who swam in the pond, and the pig came over to listen too. "Well," said the young rooster, scratching the dirt with his strong yellow toes, "everybody's waiting for me to grow up and crow. I'm doing the growing up part all right, but what?" asked the cat. "But I don't know how to crow. I've never even heard a rooster. I don't know what I'm supposed to do." "We shall help you," announced the pig, who was also exceedingly polite. "We will," said the cat, and every one of his eyebrows and whiskers raised. "How will we help?" "Yes, how?" quacked the duck. "We shall teach him," said the pig. "You have heard a rooster before, have you not, Mrs. Duck?" "Well, yes, I have," said the duck. "I can show you." She flew to the top of the chicken coop nearby, and she folded her wing back and tilted her bill up and crowed, "Quack, quack, quack." The cat crouched down and flattened its ears. Said the pig. "Well, thank you, Mrs. Duck, though that's perhaps not quite what we're looking for." "I hope not," said the rooster, looking very much alarmed. "I shall demonstrate," said the pig. "First one must climb, though you will no doubt fly to a high point." The pig climbed to the top of the manure pile. "Then you tilt your head back." Mrs. Duck did that part very well. "You clear your throat and you crow." So the pig tilted his head back and cleared his throat and said, "Oink, oink." The cat closed his eyes again and shook his head. "Humph," said the duck and shook his head. "Well, yes," the pig climbed down from the manure pile. "That is not quite, that does, well, it sounds a bit, you understand. We want it to be a real rooster." "I'll show you," said the cat. He leapt to the top of the fence and curled his tail around his toes. He washed one paw and looked up at the sky and said, "Meow, meow." "Humph," said the duck. Said the pig. "Oh dear," said the rooster, looking even more alarmed. "Maybe another chicken," suggested the duck, and they went to fetch one of the hens. But all she managed was cluck, cluck, cluck. The dog came and gave a woof, 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 and the lamb went baa. The rooster sadly shook his head. "I'll never learn how to crow. I won't be any good at waking people up. No one will like me anymore." "Sure we will," said the cat. "We like you now. You never even crowed a day in your life." All the other animals agreed with baas and moos and stomping of feet. "Besides," added the cat, "I don't want you waking me up. I like to sleep late." "Well, you will," said the rooster, as gloomy as on a rainy day. "I wonder," said the pig, "have you ever tried to crow, Mr. Rooster?" "Me?" said the rooster. "But, well, you're more a rooster than any of us," said the duck. "We'd like you no matter what you sound like," said the pig. "Even if you don't make any sound at all," said the cat. So the rooster decided to try. He flew up on top of the chicken coop. He folded his wings back and he tilted his head, and he tried to make the same noises all his friends had made. Softly at first, he made a cock-a-doodle-doo, and then again louder, a cock-a-doodle-doo, and then very loud. Help me here. Cock-a-doodle-doo. After that, no one had any doubt that Mr. Rooster knew how to crow, not even Mr. Rooster himself. So there is a farm in a valley that is practically perfect in every way. It even has a fine young rooster who crows at the crack of dawn, so everyone gets out of bed exactly on time. The dog always wakes up in time to fetch the newspaper for the farmer. The farmer always wakes up in time to milk the cows before the sun rises. And the cows always wake up in time to eat the grass when it is still wet with the morning dew, which is when it is most tasty. Everyone is always wide awake on that farm because they have a rooster whose friends helped him learn how to crow, like this. Cock-a-doodle-doo. We'll sing. Do we have any children? We'll sing the song for our virtual children. Twice. May your mind be open to new learning. May your lips bring truth into the world. May your heart know love and your hands do the work of justice as you go your way. May your mind be open to new learning. May your lips bring truth into the world. May your heart know love and your hands do the work of justice as you go your way in peace. We'll introduce new people at this time. If there are any visitors, we would like to know you, where you come from, who you are. I know we had 3 people sign the book, so I will come. Good to see you again.
I'm Laura. I'm a member of this church, and I come all the time, except when I'm living in Arkansas, which I have been since last January and until next June, studying for chaplaincy, and then I'll be back for good.
Any other newcomers?
Hello, I'm Isidro. I've lived here in Las Cruces for 6 years. I'm from small town Texas, and I've always been curious about what his service is like, and everyone's been welcoming so far, and I look forward to seeing the rest. So, thank you.
We have visitors cards on the back of the chairs and in the lobby, so if you fill one of those out, we will find a way to put you on all the list of everything that's going on. We'll also at this time have another tradition of the UU Church, that water ceremony. What do you call it? Stones and water. It's in here. This is a quiet moment. As we enter into this quiet moment together, I invite you to pause, to take a steady, gentle breath. I'll put this away. And let your breath anchor you here and now in this circle of care. It's a time to honor the fullness of life, the joys that lift our hearts, the sorrows that weigh heavily, or the questions we carry inside. Whatever you bring this morning, know this: you are not alone. You are held here. In the wider world, we hold those who journey through grief and uncertainty, like federal workers facing job loss, instability, immigrants seeking safety, trans and non-binary beloveds, women, people of color, those living with illness or disability or confronting injustice. We hold up all those who live under the shadow of war and violence. May peace, however fragile, find a way. In this gathered community, we take a sacred pause to share what rests on our hearts. This time is set apart for lifting up our joys, honoring our sorrows, and marking milestones for our lives. It's not a space for announcements or political messages, please. If there are joys and sorrows or milestones among us, we will come to you with a microphone, or you may come here. And in the end, if you would like to just put a stone in the water and have a silent joy or concern, you're welcome to. Okay.
Good morning, I'm Lynn Pearson, and I have permission from Susan and Dick Bagby to share with you that Dick's going to be going into hospice very shortly. Thank you.
Any other joys or concerns that you would like to share?
Good morning, my beloved church. I'm Jillian Lang. I have to share with you that the trip that I was on was one of great sorrow. My son's wife died. She had cancer and hadn't told anyone and had gotten completely out of control. I went, I was in time. I'm very grateful for that. And I stayed because the children were in such disarray, and the grief that the community was experiencing, because she was a teacher. She was Japanese, and that's very important to them. And so we had 2 services, not one, and hundreds of people that came to honor her. She was a great loss in my life and in the community. But I'm so glad to be home.
I have a joy to share. I just returned from a trip to our national parks, and in the Grand Tetons, I happened upon this little Episcopal church, and it looked so familiar. And my grandparents helped build it. In 1925, my father was born in that area in 1930. I didn't know.
Good morning, I'm Lisa, and I celebrated my 62nd birthday on Friday.
If you have a joy, a concern, or sorrow, or anything on your heart where you would like to come, place a stone in the water. The ripples remind us that you're not alone as you come. We'll take a minute for that if you'd like to come. Offer this one final stone for the unspoken prayers that live in our hearts, joys, sorrows, griefs, milestones, and gratitude, held tenderly by this community.
Our meditation this morning comes from Barbara Peskin. Often we are found in our grief and comforted, calmed by some kindness, brought alive again by beauty that catches us undefended. Even when the sun is most thin and far, even at the hour the storm is at its height, we can go through. Renewal nests within sorrow. Love abides even beyond anger, beyond death. We are held in an embrace, invisible but infinite, moving with all creation between wholeness and fragmentation, moving always toward the one. Small joys and great sorrows pass, and we, with steps uncertain, move on to whatever is next. But continually seen, heard, held by life infinite and remote, intimate and abiding. Love, do not let us go. Amen.
Another tradition we have in all churches is that we share our gifts. As we gather in this sacred space, we are invited to invest in our church mission and sacred life. The offering we take today and every Sunday is more than just financial support. It's a reflection of our community and our commitment to this community, the values we strive to live out: love, justice, welcome, and care. Our church depends on each of us. Your generosity sustains our worship, our programs and partnerships, and our ability to grow in faith and service. Whether you make a one-time gift or support today's Change for Change partner or fulfill your annual pledge, every contribution helps and strengthens our community and extends our reach. This quarter, Change for Change is going to the KTAL radio, which is nice to have a local station that you know is going to be truthful and tell you about what's going on in the community. It's through these partnerships like this that we carry on our values beyond the walls. Every quarter we'll have a new place to donate our money, our change and such. You can give online, by mail, or by placing your gift in the plate that the ushers will bring. Every gift matters, every gift makes a difference. The offering will now be given and thankfully accepted.
Ancient sages, howsoever free and Hi, everyone. I'm Linda Rochella. I am a member of your Board of Trustees here at the church, and I'm standing up here today for the invitations to engagement, formerly known as announcements. But our announcements aren't just updates. They're invitations to take action, invitations to engagement, and each one is a chance to connect, to show up, and to live out our values in very real ways. So these are opportunities to grow within our community, to deepen your faith, and to make a difference. And actually, today's announcements are a whole series of what I would also call chances to rejoice in community as well. And I just forgot a visual aid that I have. One moment. Our first rejoicing, you might not have seen this or heard yet, but the UUA has sent us a plaque that extends their appreciation to our church with the recognition of a 2025 10-plus honor year congregation for participation in the annual program fund. This, yay, yeah. Yeah. This is very significant because, you know, sometimes in churches, I've been in churches that have been larger than this one, and sometimes when the budgets get a little bit tight, or if they want to do something else a little bit, they'll say, oh, why do we need to give to the National Organization Annual Program Fund? You know, they're in Boston. And we have not done that. So for the past 10 years plus, I don't know how many pluses there are behind that 10 years, but we have been a faithful contributor to the UUA, and we recognize the benefits of the UUA organization. So I think that's something to really rejoice in. A second thing to rejoice in, and hold the date for this, get your calendars out, mark the date, September 20th, we have our 70th anniversary celebration. And it's going to be here on the church campus, 4:30 to 7 o'clock. There will be food, fun, a look at our past, our present, and our future. It'll be a great time, and we hope that you all can make it and celebrate 70 years to date and counting on the next 70 years to come. There will be evites in your email the first half of this week, so look for them, and please RSVP so that we know how much food and drink to contribute. So that's also a great celebration. It's free. It's free, and it's not a potluck, which is which is different than we've had in the past. Next Sunday, that's the 24th of August, we will have our What's Up meeting after church, 11:30 in the sanctuary. And this will be a meeting that Reverend Ali will have to allow you to get to know him better. So it's a time of conversation and questions with him. So I hope that you will all attend and get to be able to talk to him outside of, ask questions outside of the service and get to know him a bit better. Today, the fall, there's so much going on in this church. It's hard to get through all of the announcements. This is the last Sunday, by the way, to register for the fall adult enrichment programs. That back table is where you want to go, and there's some great programs back there offered by members of our church, sharing their gifts and talents, and so I hope you take part of that. Every single one that I have been to has been fantastic. I also want to mention two other things. Tents to Rents, it's an annual program where we sponsor aiding homeless neighbors at Camp Hope. We help with funds for rent, deposits, facilities, case management to help transition people away from homelessness. An excellent, excellent cause. There's donate by check, by credit card, or you can donate via the website, but please do what you can on that. There are some other things, of course, on here as well. I'm not going to go through everything, but I just want to mention one more thing, and that is Jan Thompson thinks that she's having an insignificant birthday today, and let's show her that it's a significant one because she's here. Thanks.
I don't think anyone can forget Jan Thompson. How could we do that? Our reading this morning is from The Tipping Point by Malcolm Gladwell. These are 3 quotes. The visionary starts with a clean sheet of paper and reimagines the world. And this is one I really like. The older I get, the more I understand that the only way to say valuable things is to lose your fear of being correct. All right. And finally, take the great example of the 4-minute mile. One guy breaks it, and then all of a sudden everybody breaks it. And they break it in such a short period of time that it can't be because they were training harder. It's purely that it was a psychological barrier. And someone had to show them that they could do it.
Children will smile without wondering whether on that day thunder clouds will appear. Wait and see what a world there can be if we share, if we care, you and me. Wait and see what a world there can be if we share, if we we share if we care, you and me.
Wait and see what a world there can be if we share, if we care, you and me. Sounds like a vision of the future, doesn't it? This was an imagining by a group of people who had been oppressed and almost eliminated by a tyrannical government that effectively condemned them to death because of who they were. But they didn't give up. Instead, they envisioned a time and a place where the children would smile and the torch would be passed and the vision would be realized. This is a song with the promise of making a new start. Now, our circumstances are a little different. We are not being oppressed or being condemned to death because of who we are. However, like this song this morning, I do want to talk about the promise of making a new start, because this congregation, you and me, are on the verge of great change. I believe we're about to embark upon a voyage of discovery to go where this Unitarian Universalist Church has never been before. And I also think that in this country, we are on the cusp of a great spiritual awakening, a revival. It's being driven by political forces and by a sense of what is morally right. And in this movement, our potential for success is enormous. After all, we are the people who believe in freedom of religion. We are the people who value freedom of thought. We are the people who see this church as a beacon of hope for the future. But above all, we are a people of action. We don't just talk the talk, we walk the walk. Not only do we believe that everyone is welcome here, we believe that everyone has a contribution to make that will give us a direction in this time of change. Look at the folks that you greeted this morning. I'll bet there was someone you know who was involved in social work this week. Maybe it was helping out at the soup kitchen, or stocking the little pantry, or protesting some political injustice. Whatever. They were there for you, and you are here for them. I'll bet some of the volunteers who put this service together are people you know. Or you may be familiar with members of the many committees that keep our church engaged and working. Think about our resources. We have a new minister, a new music director, a new pianist, new members, 3 new members today, a growing religious education program, a community outreach to those who are disenfranchised, and a warm and welcoming religious community for those who never thought of themselves as religious. And we even have the possibility of a new sanctuary. And feel the energy of this congregation. It's evident even to those who come into our sanctuary for the first time. I hear comments about this all the time. And our new members recognize it, I'm sure. That may well be one of the reasons they joined us. We are on the verge of great change. In fact, we're at the tipping point. The concept of the tipping point is something that was recognized by a fellow named Malcolm Gladwell about 25 years ago, and he wrote a book about it. It's called The Tipping Point: Little Things That Can Make a Big Difference. In that best-selling book, he gave a number of examples to bolster his argument. He talked about the broken window effect when it happens in terms of crime prevention. He mentioned the great increase of all things in hush puppy sales in the 90s, because fashion designers began using them in their collections. He talked about epidemics and how they spread from small groups of people to general populations. Gladwell suggests that there are three agents of change for the tipping point. He says, the law of the few, in which success is heavily dependent upon a small group of people with very special gifts. The stickiness factor, which I call attraction, an experience that draws people in and keeps them coming back. And the power of context, a feeling that this is the right time for the decisions a person is making or for the actions they are taking. What's interesting about this tipping point concept is that it's something that's been known for years by advertising and marketing people. But then it was called the bandwagon effect. When a product or service passes this tipping point, the purchasers, the majority of the purchasers anyway, buy it or use it without even thinking about it. And often the tipping point is the result of an introduction of a single item like the smartphone, or a single idea like early voting. As Gladwell mentions in the quote about the runners breaking the 4-minute mile, this tipping point is often a psychological barrier. And in that case, it was one that had to be crossed in order to free other runners to achieve the same thing. This concept is important to us today because we are on the verge of greatness. In fact, we are at that tipping point. The law of the few, we Unitarian Universalists are a very small group in the realm of religious denominations, but we have a lot of smart, thoughtful, experienced people, both on the national level and right here in our congregation. You may have met some of them. You may be one of them. Stickiness. I feel that if we consistently feel this sanctuary every Sunday, regardless of the topic or the preacher, that indicates to me that our worship experience draws people in and keeps them coming back. Context? Right now we are under pressure from political forces, and we feel the moral indignation about their policies and practices. These things drive change. Now, I know change is difficult. I understand that even positive change can be disturbing because we don't necessarily know where we will land. And interestingly, our church has been at this point twice before. And both times we were not quite ready and we failed to change. I often think it was a reluctance on the part of the congregation that they felt change would have threatened their comfortable existence. Anyway, I believe that in the next month or two we will decide the direction in which this church should go. And if this really is the right time and we are in the right place, we'll figure out how to break through and make it happen. Gladwell offers us hope here. He says the tipping point is how little things can make a big difference. I would say that one of the little things that could make a big difference for our church is personal commitment. And that could be expressed in a number of ways. By joining the church, if you haven't already done that, because you feel it's the right place to be. By volunteering to help do the work of the church. By pledging your financial support for the church. And by practicing the principles we recite in our covenant every Sunday. So, what will it take for us to be the church that embodies freedom of religion? What will it take for us to be the place where we accept diversity in all its forms? What will it take for us to become the beacon on the hill, that shining place where everyone is welcome? It will take a willingness to risk. It will take trust in the process. It will require listening to each other and including everyone in the decisions we make, because if you feel part of the change, then you're going to give it your all. If this is to be our future, then it will take our resources, it will take our energy, and it will take our fire of commitment. We're on the verge of greatness. We're at that tipping point. And I want to know, are we on our way? Yes. If we are, I want to hear it from you this morning. I want to hear you say it. We're on our way. Choir? We're on our way. Say it loud. We're on our way. Sing it out. As we sang the spiritual, I was reminded of another tune that was popular in the 70s. It's by Johnny Nash, and it's in the reggae style. You may know it. It goes, I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had made me blind. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. I think I can make it now, the pain is gone. All of the bad feelings have disappeared. Here is the rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Look all around, there's nothing but blue skies. Look straight ahead, nothing but blue skies. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. Gonna be a bright, bright, bright sun. Celebrate this day. Celebrate this day on the Verge. Celebrate it as a tipping point. as a new beginning in which we choose the direction we want to go, we determine what actions we need to do, and we plan for how we're going to move into our new future. Howard Thurman, the great theologian and minister, recognized this many years ago when he said, "As difficult as it is, I must learn the new song that is capable of meeting the new need. I must fashion new words born of the new growth of my life, my mind, and my spirit." May it be so. Ashe and Amen. We go now. Oh, sorry. No, let's do this. Yeah.
We'll get it straight. It's time to extinguish the flame, and then we'll have the postlude. I wanted to show this book. This is what got me started in UU about 15 years ago, when I complained about things that were going on in a Christian church, and someone said, "You need to read A Chosen Faith." It's an excellent book, and I recommend it if you're new to UU or if you're not. But these words by Adlai Stevenson, I think, are appropriate. He said, "I think that one of the most important tasks is to convince others that there is nothing to fear in difference, that difference, in fact, is one of the healthiest and most invigorating of human characteristics without which life would become meaningless." That's Adlai Stevenson. As we extinguish the flame, the words will be up here to extinguish the flame together. You may be seated to say this. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.
In the time of my confession, in the hour of my deepest need, when the pool of tears beneath my feet floods every newborn seed, the sun beams down upon the steps of time to light the way, to ease the pain of idleness and the memory of decay. I gaze into the doorway of temptation's angry flame, and every time I pass that way, I'll always hear my name. Then onward in my journey, I come to understand that every hair is numbered like every grain of sand. I have gone from rags to riches in the sorrow of the night, in the violence of a summer's dream, in the chill of a wintry light, in the bitter dance of loneliness fading into space, in the broken mirror of innocence on each forgotten face. I hear the ancient footsteps like the motion of the sea. Sometimes I turn, there's someone there, other times it's only me.